Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The DTC U0151 signifies a lost communication issue specifically with the SRS, or Supplemental Restraint System, in the Honda Pilot models from 2016 to 2022. The SRS is essential for occupant safety, deploying airbags in the event of a collision. A communication failure can impede the SRS's ability to function correctly, which poses serious safety risks. Diagnosing this issue involves using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, a specialized tool to monitor the health of various vehicle components. Before delving into troubleshooting, it is crucial to understand that other related error codes may also be present, affecting how we address the problem. This guide will walk through each step needed to identify and rectify the issue associated with DTC U0151. DTC U0151 indicates that there is a communication failure with the SRS in the vehicle. The SRS includes components like airbags, crash sensors, and seatbelt tensioners, which are strategically located around the cabin to enhance passenger safety. The TCM, or Transmission Control Module, also plays a vital role as it controls transmission functions and communicates with the SRS through the FCAN. The FCAN is a network allowing data transfer between various control units in the vehicle, ensuring that all safety components can operate in synchronized fashion. Given the critical nature of these systems, attention must be paid to the wiring and connections that facilitate this communication path. When a fault occurs, the potential failing areas should be inspected systematically to first validate the communication path to the SRS. Several factors may lead to the triggering of DTC U0151 in the Honda Pilot. Poor connections at various junction points can disrupt the integrity of the communication signal. Loose terminals can also create intermittent failures, leading to sporadic loss of signals between components. The wiring itself could be damaged or corroded, further weakening the communication pathways. Additionally, environmental factors such as moisture could adversely affect electrical connections, especially in areas exposed to water ingress. Diagnostic data may help highlight these issues through readings that reflect inconsistencies in the electrical system. Identifying the root cause is necessary for implementing appropriate repairs and ensuring the reliability of the SRS. When DTC U0151 is present, certain visible symptoms may be observed. The most noticeable is the activation of the SRS warning light on the dashboard. This warns the driver of a potential malfunction in the airbag system, which can prevent airbags from deploying in an emergency situation. In severe cases, visible errors in the communication system may appear, influencing other systems in the vehicle. Additionally, there may be an inability to retrieve any other diagnostic trouble codes, DTCs, for the SRS due to failed communication paths. It is important to monitor these symptoms closely, as they indicate lapses in vehicular safety that should be addressed immediately. The first step in troubleshooting the DTC U0151 involves verifying whether the problem is indeed present. Start by turning the vehicle to the on mode. Then, use the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear the DTC. After clearing, it is crucial to switch the vehicle off and then back to the on mode to examine if the DTC reappears. If you notice that DTC U0151 is indicated again, this confirms that the underlying issue persists. In contrast, if no DTC appears, this may indicate an intermittent failure, which necessitates checking for poor connections and loose terminals between the SRS unit and the TCM. This initial verification step is fundamental and sets the groundwork for the subsequent checks in the troubleshooting process. In the second troubleshooting step, you must check for communication between the HDS and the SRS. Begin by using the HDS to query the SRS. If the HDS successfully communicates with the SRS, you can proceed to the next diagnostic step. However, should the HDS fail to establish communication, further inquiry into symptoms becomes essential. This could lead to the identification of an SRS indicator that remains illuminated without stored DTCs. In such instances, an exploration of possible causes, like wiring issues or electronic component failures, may prove necessary. This communication check is vital because it provides insight into whether the SRS unit itself is functional or if other problems are present within the interconnected systems. During this step, the focus shifts to checking the FCAN-AH line for continuity issues. Begin by turning the vehicle to off, lock mode. Prior to any disconnections, it is critical to complete the battery disconnection procedure to ensure safety. Next, disconnect the SRS unit connector A39P and the TCM 58P connector. With both connectors removed, you can test for continuity between specific test points. Test point 1 is located at the SRS unit connector A, specifically pin 20, while test point 2 is at pin 34 on the TCM connector. Upon performing this continuity check, if continuity exists, it indicates that the FCAN-AH wire is functioning properly, and you can move ahead to the next troubleshooting step. Alternatively, if there is no continuity, that signifies an open wire that needs repair prior to proceeding. This troubleshooting step mirrors the previous one but focuses on the FCAN-AL line. Again, you should confirm that the vehicle is in off-lock mode, and the connectors from both the SRS unit A39P and TCM 58P remain disconnected. You will now check for continuity again, but this time between different test points. You will examine pin 21 on the SRS connector and pin 47 on the TCM connector. Finding continuity here would indicate that the FCAN-AL wire is intact, allowing communication to resume within the SRS context. However, if the continuity test reveals no connection, that points to an open wire along the FCAN-AL, which must be repaired to allow correct data transfer. Always refer to authorized service information for related DTCs or any relevant symptoms when proceeding. Upon completing the necessary repairs targeting DTC U0151, it is crucial to validate all actions taken effectively. Start with a thorough check to ensure that all previously addressed components, like wiring and connectors, are correctly restored. Following that, utilize the HDS to evaluate the SRS functionality, checking for proper communication and that no other error codes appear. Once you are confident the system is operational, clear any DTCs documented during the diagnostic process. Finally, it is advisable to conduct a test drive under varied conditions to verify that the communication with the SRS remains stable. Successful completion of these steps will ensure that the repairs are effective and the SRS system is functioning correctly to maximize vehicular safety. Preventive maintenance goes a long way in ensuring the longevity and reliability of the SRS system. Regular inspection of the connectors involved in the SRS and TCM is essential to ensuring that they remain secured and free from corrosion. In addition, routinely examine the wiring for any signs of damage, wear, or fraying, which can lead to communication issues over time. It's also beneficial to clean terminals and connectors as part of regular vehicle service to prevent corrosion-related connectivity issues. Furthermore, consider conducting periodic functionality tests using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to proactively identify any emerging faults. Establishing a consistent preventive maintenance routine can help in catching potential problems before they escalate into safety concerns. In summary, DTC U0151 represents a significant concern regarding vehicle safety due to lost communication with the SRS. Ensuring effective connectivity among all associated components is crucial for the overall functionality of the airbag system. Following the outlined troubleshooting steps in a methodical manner is recommended to pinpoint and rectify any issues. The diagnostic process should incorporate verification of problems, checks for communication, and continuity assessments of essential wiring. Taking preventive maintenance steps can further enhance system reliability, minimizing risks of future issues. Addressing DTC U0151 promptly not only ensures vehicle compliance, but fundamentally focuses on the safety of all occupants. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.